第一课，你好。
Lesson 1. Hello.
遇见是一种神奇的安排，它是一切美好的开始。很高兴在这里与你相遇，希望从今天起，我们能带你走进汉语的世界，感受汉语的魅力。Yes, what I spoke is the Chinese language. It sounds beautiful, doesn't it? I'm very glad to meet you here. I'm one of your Chinese teachers. My name is Yu Miao. From today on, we will teach you the HSK standard course, level 1, and take you into the amazing Chinese language world. China is in the east of Asia, and it is one of the 4 ancient civilizations in the world. Nowadays, China is a modern country, and Chinese people are living in a modern lifestyle. Have you ever heard of any stories about China? What does China mean to you? The ancient architectures? Panda? Kung Fu? The Chinese paintings? Chinese food? Characters? Or the high-speed railway? You can learn the Chinese language and know some Chinese society with us here. Are you ready to talk with 1.4 billion people in Chinese? Let's start learning. Have you ever seen Chinese people greeting each other? In China, we don't hug or kiss the cheek. We usually shake hands, wave hands, or just nod as greeting. When you meet someone for the first time and want to say hello, you can say 你好. Literally, 你 means you, 好 means good. 你好 together means hello. And when others say 你好 to you, you can respond by 你好. Now, let's move on to the text. Please read after me. 你好. 你好. Very good. Let's read again without pinyin. 你好. 你好. Very good. So, when you check in the hotel, what can you say to the people at the reception? Yes, you can say 你好. And he or she will say 你好 back to you. And when you answer the phone, you can always say 你好 to start the conversation. And when you first meet an elder people or you want to show respect, it's better to greet by 您好. 您 is a polite way to say you. Please read after me. 您 您 您好 您好. So, when you meet your teacher or your boss, what can you say? Yes, you can say 您好 instead of 你好. If you meet more than 1 people, you can change 你 to the plural form 你们. Read after me. 你们你们你们好你们好. Very good. We can use this structure to greet others, and the pronouns we have learned today are you singular, 你, you singular in a polite form, 您, you plural, 你们. And we can put a pronoun before 好 to greet. Greet one person, 你好. Greet one person with respect, 您好。Greet some people. 你们好。Now, let's move on to the text. Look at this picture. There is an elder person on the right. So, how do we greet him? Yes, it's 您好. And on the left, there are two people. So, how do we greet them? Yes, it's 你们好. Very good. Today, we have learned how to greet Chinese people by three ways. 你好, 您好, and 你们好. Why don't you surprise your Chinese friends by greeting them in Chinese and tell them you start learning the Chinese language? Good luck and goodbye. Hope to see you next time.
第一课，你好。
Lesson 1. Hello.
你好. Welcome to HSK Standard Course Level 1. I'm your Chinese teacher, Yu Miao. In the previous lesson, we have learned how to greet others in Chinese. Do you remember? If a Chinese says 你好 to you, how do you respond? Yes, you can say 你好. And if I say 你好 to you, how do you respond? Yes, you can say 您好 to show your respect. And if there are some people, how do you greet them? Yes, you can say 你们好. Very good. Today, we will learn another daily expression, 对不起. It's a way to apologize to someone. It means sorry or excuse me. Please read after me. 对不起. 对不起. Very good. And if someone says 对不起 to you, you can respond by 没关系, which means it doesn't matter. That's okay. Now, please read after me. 没关系. 没关系. Very good. Okay, let's practice. Look at this picture. What should the girl say? Yes, she should say 对不起. And what should the boy respond? Yes, he can say 没关系. Very good. Let's do some more practice. Please choose the right answer. Number 1. What should the girl say? Yes, the answer is A. 你好. Number 2. What should the man say? Yes, the answer is B. 对不起. And what should the woman say? Yes, the answer is C. 没关系. Number 3. What should the teacher say? Yes, the answer is C. 你们好. What should the students say? Yes, the answer is B. 您好. Very good. Next, I will introduce some useful classroom expressions, and I will use them in the future. It's helpful for you to establish a Chinese learning environment. Number 1, 上课. It means class begins. 上课. Number 2, 下课. It means class is over. 下课. Number 3, 跟我读. Read after me. 跟我读. Very good. Today, we have learned how to apologize to someone and how to respond it in Chinese. 对不起. 没关系. Have you got them? Please practice more after class. Okay, 下课. Class is over. See you next time.
第一课，你好。
Lesson 1. Hello.
你好 Welcome to HSK Standard Course Level 1. I'm one of your Chinese teachers, Gao He. Today, we will focus on the pinyin part of Lesson 1. As you can see, the upper part is pinyin and the lower part is character. The pinyin system is a romanized representation of pronunciation of Mandarin. It's a tool designed for people to learn the correct pronunciation of characters and to look up unknown characters in dictionary. But please be aware that the pinyin system is not a writing system in Chinese. You can only see characters in street. Therefore, we can use the pinyin system to help us learn the correct pronunciation, but you should try your best not to depend on it and to memorize the characters. A Chinese syllable is usually made up of 3 parts: an initial, a final, and a tone. For example, ma means mother, m is the initial, a is the final, and this is a first tone, so m, a, ma. But please pay attention. A Chinese syllable can have no initial, but it must have a final. For example, I means love. I is the final, and it is the 4th tone, so I. There are 21 initials in total, and today we will learn 14 of them. In order to make the pronunciation more recognized, I will add a vowel after each of them. Please listen and read after me. 跟我读。波，波，坡，坡，摸，摸，佛，佛，的，的，特，特，呢，呢，了，了，歌，歌，科，科，喝，喝，鸡，鸡，七，七，西，西，鸡，七，西 is a difficult group. Let's try 鸡 first. 鸡 sounds a little bit like the first sound of jeep, but when pronouncing ji, your tongue should be more flat, and you need to stretch your mouth to both sides. Ji. Listen to me carefully and feel the difference. Jeep. Ji. Now read after me. Ji. Ji. The next one is qi. Qi sounds similar to the first sound of cheap, but when pronouncing qi, your tongue should be more flat, and also you need to stretch your mouth to two sides. Qi. Now listen to me carefully and feel the difference. Cheap. Qi. Read after me. Qi. Qi. Good job. The last one is xi. Xi sounds a little bit like the first sound of sheep, but when pronouncing xi, again, your tongue should be more flat, and you need to stretch your mouth to two sides. Xi. Listen to me carefully and feel the difference. Sheep. Xi. Read after me. Xi. Xi. Well done. Now let's do some practice. Choose the initial according to what you hear. 1. Pour. Pour. 2. More. More. 3. The. The. 4. Le. Le. 5. He. He. 6. Qi. Qi. Well done. Okay, let's learn some finals. There are 36 finals in total, and today we will learn 18 of them. Please listen and read after me. 跟我读。一。一。乌。乌。吁。吁。儿。儿。啊。啊。呀。呀。哇。哇。哦。哦。窝。窝。耶。耶。约。约。I。I。Y。Y。A。A。微。微。凹。凹。腰。腰。啊。哦。 I, U, Ü, These 7 vowels are simple vowels. Most of the simple vowels are also the basic vowels in many languages, such as A, O, I, U. They're very easy to pronounce. But Ü, and might be a bit challenging for you. Let's do first. First, please pronounce O sound. O. And then make a smile face, but don't smile too happily, just like me. And then keep your smile face and try to pronounce O with a smile face, like Have you got it? Let's do Ü next. When pronouncing Ü, you can pronounce I first, and then let the tongue stay. Just change your lips shape to a very small circle. Look at me. I. Now try with me. I. Ü. The mouth shape is a little bit like when you're doing whistling. Ü. Well done. The next one is Although there are 2 letters, it is a single sound. You can pronounce first, and then roll up the tip of your tongue backward. Take my hand as if it is your tongue. Very good. Now let's move to the compound finals. I, A, Ao. When pronouncing these 3 finals, the first sound should be louder and longer than the second sound. Read after me. I, A, Ao. The next group, Ya, Wa, Wo, Ye, Yue. When pronouncing these finals, the second sound should be louder and longer than the first one. Read after me. 跟我读。呀，哇，窝，耶，约。Very good. Next group. Y, Wei, Yao. When pronouncing these 3 finals, the middle sound should be the longest and loudest one. 跟我读。Y, Wei, Yao. Well done. Please pay attention. Wei is written as U, I in syllable. The middle letter is omitted. So when pronouncing Wei, you should add the sound in the middle. For example, 对, not 对. And there is another point. For sound, the single vowels and compound vowels are slightly different. Listen to me. A, ye, yue. Now let's do some practice. Please choose the right final according to what you hear. 1. U, 乌 2 呀 3 4 约 5 I 6 微 Have you got it? Well done. In addition to initials and finals, Chinese syllables also include the tones. There are 4 tones in Mandarin. They are the first tone, ma, the second tone, ma, the third tone, ma, and the fourth tone, ma. You may ask, are the tones important in Chinese? Yes, they're very important because they make difference in meanings. Let me tell you a story about the tones. Once there was a foreigner who were not very good at tones. One day he wanted to buy some dumplings, so he went to a shop and told the seller, 我要睡觉. The seller got very confused, so the foreigner said it again, 我要睡觉. And the seller showed him the direction to a hotel. Why did the seller do that? Because what the foreigner actually said was, 我要睡觉. I want to sleep. Instead of, 我要水饺. I want some dumplings. 水饺, dumplings. 睡觉, sleep. They share the same initials, same finals, but different tones. Don't get too worried about the tones. This story is just to show the importance of the tones. Normally, people will still understand you, even if your tones are not 100% accurate. Now let's do some practice. You can use gestures to help you recognize the tones. 跟我读 啊 啊 啊 啊 The next group 鹅 The next group 一 The last group 乌 Well done. Now let's look at the pictures and read the words after me. 可乐 咖啡 火锅 毛笔 飞机 耳机 Very good. Today we have learned Chinese syllables, which include 3 parts: the initials, finals, and tones. Please write down the pinyin for 你 and 好 after class. Okay, see you next time.
第一课，你好。
Lesson 1. Hello.
你好, welcome to HSK Standard Course Level 1. I'm one of your Chinese teachers. My name is Huang Zeng. In the previous lessons, we've learned some daily expressions and the pinyin system. And today, we're going to focus on Chinese characters. They are complex, maybe a little bit difficult for you, but they're also very charming and beautiful. Let's try to learn them. Chinese characters are made up of strokes, just as English words are made up of letters. If you want to learn writing Chinese characters, you have to start with the strokes. And today, we're going to learn 5 basic strokes. Let's look at the first one. It is horizontal. In Chinese, it is called 横. When writing 横, you should write from left to right. And do you know that 横 is also a Chinese character? It means 1. And the pronunciation is 一. 跟我读. 一. 一. And let's write it together. From this picture, you can see the evolution process. It didn't change much. 1 horizontal means 1. And how about 2 horizontals? Yes, it means 2. The pronunciation is 二. 跟我读. 二. 二. Now, let's write it together. The basic writing order of Chinese characters is from top to bottom. In this character, the top horizontal is short, and the bottom one is long. And how about 3 horizontals? Yes, it means 3. The pronunciation is 三. 跟我读. 三. 三. Let's write it together. Pay attention. The top horizontal is short, and the middle one is even shorter. The bottom one is the longest. So, 1, 2, 3 in Chinese are 一, 二, 三. All of them are made up of horizontals. Now, let's look at the second stroke. It is vertical. In Chinese, it is called 竖. When writing this stroke, you should write from top to bottom. And a horizontal and a vertical can make a new Chinese character. Look at the picture. It means 10. The pronunciation is 十. 跟我读. 十. 十. Please write it with me. The writing order is first, we write the horizontal, and then the vertical. Let's look at the next stroke. Left falling. In Chinese, it is called 撇. When writing 撇, you should write from the top to the bottom left. And the next stroke is right falling. In Chinese, it is called 捺. When writing 捺, you should write from the top to the bottom right. With a left falling on the left and a right falling on the right, they make a new Chinese character. It means 8. The pronunciation is 八. 跟我读. 八. 八. Please write it with me. Another basic writing order is from the left to the right. Let's look at the last stroke for today. It is dot. In Chinese, it is called 点. Now, let's look at the picture. Dot, horizontal, left fallen, and dot. It's a Chinese character. It means 6. The pronunciation is 6. 跟我读 6. 6. Please write it with me. Let's have a brief summary. Today, we've learned 5 basic strokes. They are 横, 竖, 撇, 捺, 点. And we've also learned 6 Chinese characters composed of the 5 strokes. All of them are numbers. 1, 2, 3, 10, 8, 6. After class, think about how to write the Chinese character 不. Pay attention to the writing order. And that's all for today. 下课. See you next time.